There we go. Yeah, so a little bit of a not a problem, but just a decision to make earlier, because I left for a flight at 5:45, 6. So, I'm sitting in bed last night. It's like 1. What do? Do I do an arm day at 3 in the morning after like 2 hours of sleep? But it's a guaranteed open gym because I know that my gym isn't closed on Christmas. Or do I get a normal amount of sleep, or at least semi-normal, and then try to find a gym over in Colorado? But there's no guarantee that there could be one open because today is Christmas. But luckily, I think we got a little something set up, and it looks pretty freaking cool from at least what I can tell. Now, once we actually get started, that'll put the proof in the pump, right? Proof in the pudding, as it were. And I'm not texting. I got to get directions going, and it's kind of like a city over here. Well, obviously, but more of a labyrinth. But no, plan for today is going to be arms. So I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking, Do I want to do a little bit of a heavier, brutish day, maybe faster reps, just a little kind of, just nastier, or focus more on some light squeezing work? Obviously not kind of like put any undue tension on my joints or my elbows or whatever, and just go like that, And I think the answer is going to lie somewhere in between. But it'll, that's kind of just up to how I feel. Like, I'll start warming up, get on the cables and everything, and that's my litmus test of like, all right, do I crank the 70s, or do I cool it? Start with a preacher curl. Start with like an incline, like arms sort of hanging behind your back, drag curl. But we'll see. No matter what it is, I know it's going to be a good lift anyway. And I'm not exactly the guy to, maybe just only listen to about this, because obviously I'm at a point of just, I think obsession's probably a good word, because the idea of like, okay, man, you should take I'm going to take today off. It's Christmas. Like, it doesn't even cross my mind. And it's not because of like a David Goggins, like, I'm going to go kill this shit. It's because the gym is fun and I want to do it, Like, it's not a motive. The basis of the motivation isn't from like, oh, I need to do this or else I'm less than. It's, I want to do this. This is fun, And of course, I like the consistency aspect with it too, because the more I do it and the more consistently I do it and the harder I do it, the better I get at it. And then it just kind of turns into this upward spiral of gains, which I want my ass to be on. So it's like, just, it's not as though you can't just cool it for a minute, Like, shit, man, it's Christmas. Maybe you get a whole family reunion. You're only going to see these people for so long. What's more important? Should you spend an extra 3 hours with them and maybe you might never see them again? Or are you going to go hit legs? So it's not black and white. It's going to be a situation by situation. And I'm seeing a lot of kind of like Christmas appreciation posts, which are a little too far in that spectrum, where it's basically just a bunch of shit like, dude, fuck it. It's Christmas. Not to drop an F-bomb on Christmas, but it's Christmas. Don't even worry about those holiday cookies, man. Go nuts. Just don't worry about it for today. Worry about that later. And on a one-off basis, let's assume a fat loss focused diet, that's totally cool. On like a actual once in a blue moon, or even just once in a full moon. What, the moon's full like once a month? Yeah. You could go completely wild, and if you're actually dialed in with your cardio and your calorie counting and everything else the rest of the month, you're totally good. So the problem that I see when guys talk like that, they're like, oh, dude, just, who cares, man, don't worry about that, is that can kind of, plant a seed of that thought happening all the time, like, when it's time to work, it's time to work, and when it's time to play, it's time to play. So it's kind of you got to look very objectively at your own situation and be able to say, all right, I've actually been making super legit progress, quantitative. I mean, for me, and like this is kind of obvious because that's like the whole point. But I'm down from 265 back in like August-ish to now 235, and I'm much leaner because of it. And I didn't get that much leaner from just eating a bunch of shit all the time and making myself feel good by slamming a full box of double thick Oreos because I felt like I deserved it, you know? So it's like there's treating yourself with a treat, and then there's treating yourself by sticking to your routine and to your goals, because that's more like treating your future self, you know? I don't even really remember any of the days earlier this whole diet that stuck out as like really hard or difficult. I know they happened, but right now I don't really recall, and I'm reaping the benefits from it. So I guess the main point of this little pre-workout drive, if I could condense it all, is don't forget, you are gonna be you in 6 months. You're gonna be you in a year, in 2 years, in however many units of time you want to get into. It's all you, you know. So if you're kind of focusing on current, present you, dude, man, I'm good, you know, this, that, or the other, you're basically putting your future enjoyment on hold, and it's, you know, it's just not ideal. So not to say you got to be locked in, just because locked in has become like such an overused term, but sometimes you gotta just fucking lock in, you know. But yeah, we ended an early Christmas because we were gonna travel today. So my Christmas is already over on the 83rd, or on the 23rd. What the hell am I talking about? So I guess my Christmas gift today is gonna be a freaking arm pump. So let's stop talking about it and go make it happen. Lift House. We're in Lift House. Luckily got a little bit of not after hours access, but this is a gym where they just have like the mobile key card at all times, so it's not staffed. And it is freaking sweet in here. I'd call this dense. But I think the rope will be a perfect start. Not too heavy, but heavy enough that I can feel it. And then this is going to be back and forth. So set of push downs, set of curls. Whether or not I do the same movement for a few in a row, or I just move on and like do totally like rope extension, single arm extension, overhead extension, I'm really not so concerned. I think we've got like a weird conception of exercises in a workout where it's like, okay, if I'm going to do the rope, well, I have to do 4 sets of the rope so I can get the full rope out of it. Whereas, I mean, it's just another way that I'm hitting my triceps. It feels pretty similar if I go from here or single arm or like an overhead cable extension or whatever. So, you know, if the rope feels sweet, I could do 6 or 8 sets in a row right here. Totally happy about it. But if it feels like, let's move on to something else, that's totally cool too. Like, don't feel like you have to get locked into any, just kind of preconceived lifting notion. And then if you can do that, well, then you're probably going to lift slightly differently than everybody else. You're already slightly different than everybody else as an individual. It just makes sense to me. But let's get the rope started. Okay. Yeah. Let's do a standard dumbbell curl next. I've got a sneaking suspicion this is going to be a good lift, but we'll see. All right. Yeah, let's grab the 60s. So, yeah. This is one thing that really gets me. I'm seeing a million, and it's always short form stuff. Like I never see anybody say anything this blatant in like a long workout video. But it's always the same kind of like, look, man, you should never curl above the 40s. You're not even activating your biceps right. And I mean, look, you can be right, but that doesn't mean you're 100% right. You can say something that's a little bit correct, but the whole thesis of your idea is still like just because you want to say something flashy. You know, I think we're probably in the worst phase of short form, like rule epidemic fitness wise that I've ever seen. And it's, you know, it's just the nature, like social media has evolved. I think we're at the pinnacle. We're all just fucking one swipe after another with the quickest. Like I gotta kill my screen time. I don't want to make it a New Year's resolution because I should just do it anyway, but I gotta work on that for real. But look, man, curl within reason. If I did a set right here with a weight where like it really looks freaking gross and stupid, that's probably a bit too much, you know. But I still think a heavy set's gonna do you good too. So it's like within reason, you know. We say the speed limit's 35. I know you've probably passed a cop going 50. You didn't get pulled over, you know. So that's not exactly what I'm trying to say. Well, let's just keep going. All right. All right, come on. Oh, goodness. One more of each of those, and then we'll probably pick a little something else. Back to a curl. Ooh. All right. Let's change it up a little now. Let's do a little superset. Standard pushdowns first, and then kind of flip over and do some overhead. Part of the reason for that is I feel pretty strong, so this isn't enough weight for overhead. But if I pre-exhaust, well, then we're getting somewhere, you know. Ooh. Yeah. One more of those for sure. 50s will be good here. Yeah. 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 Poof. See. Two. Poof. Jesus. Okay. Ooh. Two. Two. Yeah. Oh shit. Poof. Yeah. Yeah. One more of those. Yeah. Two. Holy crap. Okay. I think a superset finisher may very well be in order. Let me just think about what that could be. Let's grab the, yeah. Let's just do a nasty set with the 50s. Go finish with just a straight up set of easy bar pushdowns. I think that'll be all. Yeah. All right, last set. So the stack is very manageable here. For the first like 6 or 8 reps, I'm gonna actually squeeze and hold at the bottom. Then just go nuts with some fast burnout reps. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Let's find some lighting. All done. All right, so that wasn't the craziest workout in the freaking world, but pump-wise, I'm feeling pretty good. That's for sure. So, yeah, what I'm really excited about is I can kind of see my triceps bulging out of the sides of these freaking sleeves. Now, of course, it's kind of a tighter shirt, so obviously, but it doesn't make it any less cool, you know, at least not for me. So let's see how we're looking with a freaking squished in lat spread. This is where I could use a lifting belt just for the sake of waist shrinking, like to look freaking cooler. All right. So my torso is no bigger, but the fact that I've got a decently empty stomach makes it seem larger by comparison. You know, you get that perspective effect going on. Let's see how we're looking at a few of these. Let me turn this guy down just a touch. Yeah, there we go. Holy shit. So if you can't tell, I'm a little bit excited for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. So I can't tell if this mirror is a little like widening. Sometimes they are, but even just like standing, not even hitting any kind of shots, like we have got some stuff going on. That's for sure. Let me try one more of these little Christmas tree shots. Oh, good. So, workout complete. I feel as pumped as ever, which is crazy because I've only had 1,900 calories today, but I'm probably running off of a little bit of residual travel inflammation and just like, you know, kind of water holding, which, I mean, shit, not a bad thing. Especially if you're on the leaner side, it's almost like a hack. If you want to come in and have a crazy pump and you're not eating a bunch of food, well, just get on a flight, change your, elevation and maybe the weather, whatever, get slightly inflamed, and then when you come in, you're going to be pumped to shit. So, honestly, I've never had a problem with the workouts trying to balance into flying around, just because I know that that is always going to happen. So, let's get all this stuff packed up, but we're not leaving. I've got 45 minutes, not of pedaling, not of freaking pedaling, but on the treadmill. So, yeah. Like, what city am I even in right now? Because this is a little bit further from where we're visiting. There we go, Frisco. Yeah, if you're ever near Frisco, Colorado, you got to come to Lift House, or at least, I don't know, you'll have to check the website to actually get the hours, because it's just like a key card 24-hour thing, but it is freaking sweet in here. I got to talk to the owner a minute ago because I texted the Instagram account for the gym, and I'm like, are you guys open today? You know, I gotta live somewhere, so he gave me the hookup. Freaking baller. But I'm gonna get my cardio done. So you took us in the car. So I tell you something, finding a gym open on Christmas, getting a badass pump, I don't think that's anything short of a Christmas miracle. Let's be real. I think that's up there with, well, with anything of that kind of variety. So I got to look up the address. I don't even know where I'm going. There we go. Yeah, but no, that was solid. So I was having a little chat with one of the dogs in there, and it was funny. He was saying the same shit I was saying in the car on the way here. Shit, man, sometimes you just got to lock in, Like, I'm not trying to say this like a freaking Debbie Downer, or like a square. That's not what I'm trying to say this, but it's, if you can change anything about your routine in terms of actually, leveraging some freaking performance, or not even, it doesn't even have to be so freaking specific as performance, but just progress, because that's what we want to see. There's no fun in staying stagnant. You don't want to be the same guy next year that you were this year. That's the whole point of life. It's change, So obviously, adding things that will improve you, in whichever way that you are working on, be it your consistency, just your physique, like the gym. Really, I think getting really jacked gym-wise is kind of a mind and body thing, because you have to at least have a certain amount of like grit and kind of resolve and discipline in a way. I don't like to say the word discipline, because it's like I want to do it, So I guess a good word might be like, I don't know, just like kind of self-accountability, right? In my mind, I want it. So if in my day-to-day actions I don't try to get it, well, I'm not even living to my true values, And then what the hell am I doing? Just slacking off, chilling? But as important as it is to add things that will improve your situation, I think it's probably just as important to remove things that take away from it, You're not gonna see me open up one of these videos and say, holy crap, dude, I got fucked up last night, man. We were just going to... Just doesn't really happen, And I think I'm on the far side of that spectrum of that's really just not my thing, Some guys, especially now, we're kind of in like a fratty era of fitness, where it's like, I work out, but it's just so I could, look good in the club. Like, that's... I don't see the appeal there, But for some people, that's their logic, and that's why they do it. I'm not gonna hate on your reasonings or anything. But as far as I'm concerned, it's like, shit, man. You're taking one step forward and one step back. Sure, you might look fine or whatever, but I don't know. It's just not my freaking thing, So as many days as I can say I killed it is as many days as I want to say that I didn't throw myself backwards in progress, because it's not just like a physical effect of whatever you were doing, like I would not imagine that I would look any different physically if, like, I don't know what a good frequency would be to make this actually even sound like a meaningful amount, but like the hypertrophy effect, or the hypertrophy impact of just getting totally blacked out on the regular, it's pretty big. But that's not as bad as just the mental change of like, what, I just don't fucking see it, and we all know this. The basics, everyone knows. Kids know the basics. You should get a good night's rest. You should eat your protein if you want to get big. You should eat your freaking vitamins and drink your milk, and if you want to work out, like we all know how to do it. But the knowing is not so important as simply the acting, right? And this was something that I kind of really liked to hear. It was just some kind of reel where, we can have all these values. We can have all these things that we say we want to do, that we are like talking, that we put importance on. And, I think we all should do our cardio, and we all should blah, blah, blah. it doesn't matter how many times you say that if you don't do it. You know, your physical acts, what you do, that is what you value. That is what is actually reflecting who you are as a person. What you say you're going to do, I mean, shit, man, you might do it. It's not going to, I'm not saying everybody's lying when they, you know, project that they have a goal or that they want to achieve something, but that's not all there is to it, you know? Just because you're listening to some Playboy Cardi or something, you're getting yourself amped on the treadmill saying you're going to lock in this year, that's not proof. That's not proof. That's not a guarantee. You know, you've got to kind of self-fulfill that prophecy day by day by day by day. So that's why, you know, I've been saying this for a long time. Don't, you know, there's no need to convince anybody that you're going to do something with words, because if you know you're going to do it, well, there's no reason to even try to project that, you know. I'm not going to wake up one morning and say, hey, check this shit out, I'm going to tie my shoes. I know how to do that already. It'd be weird if I couldn't do that. That's within my ability. I'm going to do it. And it's not a belief, it's a knowing, you know. So that's where, as much as we can have like just like, hey, I'm gonna lock in 2026. I don't want to be bleak here, but I'd say probably 5% of the time that happens. And that's just an ode to, you know, the 5%ers, or the 5%ers from the Rich Piana era, because it just, you know, talk is talk, right? It just doesn't translate. And the way I look at it is, if I'm trying to make something happen, if I want something to happen that I'm in control of, there's not really a ton of luck involved. Like, it's, am I going to do what it takes to get to this level, to do this thing, to get a certain level of lean or prep or whatever. For me, the idea of like trying to say, I'm going to do it, man, I'm going to stick to it, I think that's coming from a place of like self-doubt in a way. I'm not saying every time, but the way I look at it is, if you constantly have to reaffirm that you're going to do it, that sounds like an inner, I don't know if I can do it. So my take, at least for me, is I don't really want to talk about it. I know I'm going to do it, so let's just wait and see. Now, a little bit of a, you know, devil's advocate critique, that might just be because it takes the pressure off, because then if I don't say I'm going to do something, well, I guess if I don't do it, then I never have to backtrack and say whatever else like that. So that could be an angle of it too. But, you know, beyond whatever your kind of personal thought is there's no arguing that, you know, actions are going to speak louder than words, you know. So the trickiest part there is the fact that it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a little while. But this is just kind of the way of the world. If it was instant, if it was just like that, nothing, it would have no value and everybody would be doing it, because it's just not cool, you know? Anything that anybody can do, like just like that, like nothing, it's not cool, man, you know? Coolness is coming from scarcity, and typically scarcity is coming from difficulty. Nobody wants to do their cardio. Nobody wants to count their calories. Nobody wants to come into the gym and fucking train. You know, that's a generalization. I'm saying, obviously there are people, but it's, you know, don't get it so attached with the idea. Just try to fall in love with the process, I feel. And I have way more fun that way, you know? Like, the only thing I think about when it comes to, you know, like future goal achieving is just whatever I'm really excited about that's going to come next. Like, I'm super excited about the Arnold, because I know I'm going to come in pretty lean for me, and I'm excited to see what I'm going to look like, you know? So I'm going to make sure every day I do what it takes to get there with my cardio and my calories and everything. And I'm even just right now, I'm already feeling pretty freaking good. So it's kind of just this self-affirming loop, if you sort of feel me, right? But that's just my take, you know? I'm not as motivated from like trying to show it off per se. Like, I was just telling the owner of that gym when he stopped in, like, when I started working out, there was no goal whatsoever of any kind of social media, anything. it was just, I wanted to fucking get big. Like, being big was cool to me at the time. And if anything, it's even cooler to me now. But, flashback 6 years, 165, 170 pound Sam hitting a side chest in my high school weight room bathroom. I feel like I had as big of a smile on my face then as I do when I hit some shit now. Just because, the enjoyment of a pump is only relative to however big you are, or it's unrelated, So to be pumped, doesn't matter if you're a 300 pound Nick Walker or if you're a, 100 something, maybe 190. I don't know how heavy David Lade is, or if you're of any other kind of size or weight or shape or whatever. Being pumped is cool, So that's kind of my inner motivation, just the fact that it's freaking fun. But yeah, this year is over. This year is freaking over. Nearly. There's a few more days, so I guess for anyone who's rocking that year by year reboot of motivation for a New Year's resolution for like New Year, New Me, I guess now's your time to shine. But there's still the people out there who've been locked in since however long, and then they just kind of get to watch the path unfold. It's like elections, every 4 years it's just this pattern of the same basic stuff, the same basic reaction and whatever. With lifting, it's 1 year instead of 4 years, and the most hectic period's going to be January to February. So get ready for it. Get freaking ready for it is all I can say there. But I'm going to go home, get some food, and then I will see you tomorrow. I forget if tomorrow's legs or chest. I'll look back at the upload schedule and figure it out. But I'm cool with either one, because I know it's going to be freaking nuts. So, yeah, all I can say there is freaking Merry Christmas. I'll see you tomorrow.